Alrighty, friends, let's take a look. We've got Carlos that's going on a trip and he needs to rent a car. Rent a Lot will charge him $50 to rent a car plus $20 per day charge. It's interesting that they're bringing up rental cars because rental car prices right now in May of 2021 are bonkers crazy. Toward the beginning of the pandemic, when rental car companies realized what was going on, they started selling off their cars to make money. And now they don't have cars, so you might be renting cars for hundreds of dollars a day, or even more. All right, so that's not relevant to this question. So determine the cost of Carlos needs the car for 5 days. So he's got to pay the $50. He's got to pay the $50, and then he pays $20 for 5 days. So that's $150. What is the average cost per day? So that's $150 divided by 5, which is $30 per day on average. Determine the car cost if Carlos needs it for 7. All right, so 50 plus 20 times 7, so that's 140, 190. And the average cost per day is 190 divided by 7. That's a funky number, so let me go ahead and do that here. And we get 27.14. So $27.14. Write an equation to represent the cost in dollars. Cost equals $50 plus 20 times X. And then the average cost is, so average, 50 plus 2X over the number of days, X. So notice the same pattern. Put the 5 there, divide by 5. Put the 7 there, divide by 7. So if I wrote that as a full expression, 20 times 7 over 7, and all we did was replace the 7s with X's. Rentals for you will rent Carlos a car with no initial charge. They charge $40 per day. Who is offering a better deal? Okay, so let's see. We got $40 per day, so rent for you is $40 per day, average. So I think what I want to do is I want to say, okay, let's set the average cost here equal to the average cost here. And then let's solve that. So let's multiply both sides by X, and I'll explain why I'm doing that. 40X so subtract that, so we got 38X, and I don't actually have to do all this work. So X is bigger than 1. So if you rent the car for more than 1 day, then Rents a Lot is going to be better. And you can see that, obviously you can see that in the work I just did. But you can also say, all right, so with $40 per day, so that's going to be 40, 80, 120. Whereas the Rents a Lot will be 70, 90, 110. So pretty quickly, you see that when I solve, I get, after the second day, that Rents a Lot is better, or at the second day. Is that right? 70, 90, sorry, at the third day. So between the second and third days. So pretty quickly, Rents a Lot is going to be better. But that's just, I mean, if you only need the car for 1 day, then by all means do the rentals for you. So on your quiz, your argument's going to have to kind of have that discussion. If I rent it for this, and it's not going to be a car rental situation, but some sort of situation. If I rent it for this long, then I would go with this company. If I rent it for this long, I would go with this company, because there's going to be some sort of point at which things cross. All right, is f of x a function? So yes, f of x is a function, because this is f of x, this graph that we are given. And your explanation should be something along the lines of, for each x, or for each input, there is only one y, or one output. Sketch a graph of the inverse, okay? So I've got the point 0, 0, so that's going to stay there. I've got the point 1, negative 2, Actually, why don't I do this? This might help you. I'm going to make a table. X, f of x. 0, 0, 1, negative 2, 2, negative 4, 3, negative 3, and then 4, 0. So x inverse, I'm just writing inverse because I don't know if it's a function, so I'm just writing that. So flip them. So 0, 0, negative 2, 1, negative 4, 2, negative 3, 3, and 0, 4. So 0, 0, negative 2, 1, negative 4, 2, negative 3, 3. Ooh, that seems like that's going to be a problem. And then 0, 4. So it was straight, and then it was curved. So the inverse is not a function. So no, the inverse is not a function. Because on the inverse, for example, if I put in negative 2, I get two different outputs or two different y values. So that's what your explanation would be. You got to put that in words, be sure. And then is f of x invertible? So f of x is not invertible because the inverse of f of x is not a function. So you have to explain that also. All right, let's see. We've done problems like this. This should hopefully not be scary. Describe the combination of transformations of this function you can use to obtain the graph. So in here, that's an x minus 3. So 3 makes that 0, so that's 3 to the right. 3 right. And then you have a 5 outside, so that's a vertical stretch by 5. And then you have a 7, up 7. And that's actually the order that I would approach things if I were to graph that. Alrighty, hope that's helpful.